Hi everybody, this week I want to talk about the longevity of Veve and NFT comics. It's something that obviously I think about a lot. I think we all do. Anybody that's been invested in this space, let's talk about it. So this week was another exciting week with Veve. We saw the Jurassic Park NFTs. Wow, those were brilliant. And we got another one of their monthly updates. So the CEO and the CTO, they get together and kind of share with us where things are at each month. And we learned a couple interesting things. Number one, that the web app is about to be rolled out to everyone. They've been in beta. I was lucky enough to get the beta about a month ago. The web app is useful. I like using it. A lot of times if I'm doing some work, I can just have it up if I want to go look at some things on the market rather than always looking at my phone. It's easier to sort things and see things on the market. So I definitely think it's a big plus. Plus it opens up the door to the next two steps, which I talked about, which is KYC, which is where you validate who you are, which will, there's a lot of different reasons for that. But as we know, it's really the next step. And that is the cash out functionality. And we learned one new thing. We always knew that they were going to allow us to cash out to fiat, but we also are going to be able to cash out to crypto, which is really awesome. I really like that. So these are the type of activities that we knew that they've been working on, and really is this kind of cycle that people are interested in from an investment perspective. Of course, you can put money in the app. Of course, you can buy collectibles. Hopefully they will, go up in value. And if you wanted, you could then sell them and get your quote unquote money out. So I still think that it's a couple months out. I've been saying that for almost as long as I've been talking about Veve, but it does seem to be a lot closer. A lot of people are interested in it because, of course, what does that mean for the marketplace? And I'm not quite sure. When you look at the global economic and United States here, and you look at the economy, and really crypto, as we know, is kind of in the tank right now. So I don't know if really anything that they are going to add is going to drastically increase the user base or the amount of money that's being pushed into crypto, into Veve right now. But you never know, right? But these are definitely steps that need to be completed. And really at this point, I'm thinking that, and you can look at all the different experts and different things that people say, but a recovery for the crypto world, it might take another, 6 months, 18 months, whatever it might be, but definitely it's going to take some time. And if Veve can complete these different tasks that they know that need to be done, obviously the web app, KYC, cash out, the master collector program, and as we can see, each of these heartbeats they're hitting, when things are ready to recover, they would have all of this functionality in place and the app would really be ready to rock and roll. So I see this as a good thing, and that's really one of the reasons why I'm excited as they move forward. Okay, so let's talk more about the longevity of Veve from a comic perspective. So there's kind of two reasons why I think this is here to stay. And really it comes down to money. It always comes down to money. Because Marvel and all these other comic book companies, they're businesses. So they have to, make revenue, make profit, etc. And as a business, you're obviously always looking to additional revenue streams. And they have some of that. For example, Marvel has the Marvel Unlimited where it's a web app, a phone app. You can download it and read, and it's a subscription-based model. And a lot of people do it. I subscribe. It's $15 a month. So they're making revenue off their comics in that way, but this is a whole nother way. So I've attempted to do some very kind of back of the napkin type of numbers, and I think they're very interesting. So let me go through them quickly. So if you look online, you can see that Marvel Entertainment, their revenue, once again, these are all estimates because nobody knows for sure, is around $480 million a year. A lot of money. And so, of course, just like any company, they want to increase that. Now, if you look at and do some quick numbers on Veve, we don't know everything. So these are estimates from a guy, sitting in his basement, right? We know that they drop generally between 2 or sometimes 5 comics a week. They sell them for $7, although they have sold them for more, as we know, Star Wars was more. And so that $7 obviously is getting split up. How much is Marvel getting? We don't know, but we can guess. Maybe it's 30%. If you look at kind of other numbers around, that seems like a good number. Maybe it's 40% because they're Marvel, probably 40%. So if you do those quick numbers, it basically, there's generally 30,000 units. Sometimes there's less, sometimes there's more, but you're averaging everything out, and you're looking at revenue for Marvel around 12, 13 million. You add in the fact that every time we sell things on the secondary market, they get 8.5%. So, once again, some estimates, that might be an additional 3 million. So you're talking about $15 million. And if you divide that into the 480, you'll find that this is maybe 3 or 4% increase in revenue. Now, this is really important because it's, to a certain degree, almost free money. Because a lot of times when you start up a new revenue stream, you have to do marketing, you have to spend a bunch of money for that to work. Whereas here, they're obviously using Veve, they're making money from these NFTs, and the way that they're using it, which we know, it's almost like assisting in their marketing of a particular character or hero. So we saw, for example, Marvel Now Point One. It came out in conjunction with the Disney Plus show. So they're using those together, and we've seen that multiple times. I expect there to be some Thor comics coming out, Thor Love and Thunder, the movie's coming out very soon. So it's almost like normally you'd have to pay for marketing, but instead they're making money from marketing. It's kind of an odd thing, which once again, when you back up and look at it from the Marvel perspective, this is a great deal. I think that they're going to drop more comics, and I think they're going to continue to have it work together in conjunction as a marketing play for some of the different activities that they're doing. So that is the number one reason why I think these comics are here to stay. So the other thing I will back up to is when you think about these NFTs and comics, you have to understand the blockchain. I won't get into a lot of blockchain technology talk here, but do you or do you not think that this is a technology platform that is just going to continue to grow over the next 5, 10, 6, 60, whatever, many years? I do. I would encourage anybody who kind of questions that to watch them. There's lots of great YouTube channels all over the place that talk about why blockchain is great and what the advantages of it. There are some disadvantages, obviously. But I do believe that that particular technology platform, and whether we see it in cryptocurrency or NFTs or other things, is going to continue to grow. And so Marvel and all these other companies want to have and are going to have a business plan around that. Okay, last thing that I think that is really going to happen with the Veve comics and NFT comics is they are going to be able to take risks that they normally wouldn't. As you know, if you develop a new character, obviously you have the writing and the artist, but then you have to print the comic, market it, etc. So what they could do is take a new hero, drop it on Veve. People would be real excited for the investment perspective. It would probably sell out. They wouldn't have to endure the costs of printing it. So I think that we will see eventually Marvel taking some shots at doing new characters. Now, here's the interesting thing. As a physical comic book collector myself, I obviously am very interested in first appearances. And so if their first appearances of characters are now potentially coming to only an NFT platform, I think they'd have to be careful because Marvel doesn't want to alienate, obviously, a lot of its physical comic book collectors that don't collect NFTs. But I think they might take a shot at things. You will see some physical comic book collectors take a chance, come into Veve, maybe buy some of those first appearances, look around, and maybe buy some of the other great comics that we have. Some of the more well-known ones like, ASM 1, Journey to Mystery 85, all the great ones that we have already on the app. And a lot of physical comic book collectors, those are out of reach in terms of owning those from a physical perspective. So maybe that gets them involved. So that's another interesting thing and reason why I think there is definitely some longevity here. And so we're almost, we're probably about 8, 9 months in to the first year of these NFT comics. Imagine, this is only the first year. And so eventually we'll reach our anniversary, and it's probably 1 year is going to go by, 2 years are going to go by. Anybody who's collected comics knows the years go by quickly, and then this is going to be a thing. Now, is it a thing for everybody? No. It's always, I think, going to be a select group that is interested in collecting these digital assets, digital comics. But I do think it's going to be a thing. I think it's here to stay, and I think it's pretty exciting. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon.